Okay, here's a frequently asked question for you. I get this question a lot, and the question is this: do essential oils contain herbicides and pesticides? And the answer is, if it's not Young Living, yes. Okay, and here's why. What we're doing is taking plant material that has been growing in the environment that we've planted it in. So anything in that plant's environment is being absorbed into the plant, whether it's something you've applied in the form of a fertilizer, whether it's something that's been applied to the plant itself to keep pests off, or something herbicides to keep, weeds away. Anything that has been applied to the soil or to the plant itself is absorbed by the nature of a plant right into that plant at the cellular level. So what do we do when we're distilling? Well, we're hacking down that plant, piling it into a cooker and injecting hot steam through it, and it's pulling these essential oil molecules right out of the fibrous material of the plant. So whatever's in that fibrous material of the plant is going to be in your essential oil, okay? That is why Young Living is so adamant about absolute purity in every single bottle of oil, every single crop that they produce, because they know that no matter what a plant, even if you guys, if you're watering your plant with water from a river that is polluted, those pollutants are going to get into your plant and then into your oil and then into you, right? So even Gary Young will go out there and he will test the water before buying farmland to make sure that that water is pure. He will test the air on different days as it's blowing in, and they will measure the particulate matter and what kind of pollution is in the air, because that is going to get into your plant. So yes, if you are spraying your plants with pesticides, herbicides, or using fertilizers, it is absolutely going to be in your essential oil. So that is why you want to only trust Young Living, because they are so diligent and militant about making sure absolute complete purity. In fact, they will not buy a farm that has had any agro farming done on it before. They prefer to get completely virgin land, or land that has sat for more than 50 years, that has never ever had herbicides or pesticides touch it. They're adamant about that. So that soil is pure, right? Because even if it had been farmed 5 years ago by somebody using pesticides, those pesticides are still in that soil. And then it goes into the plant, it goes into the oil, and it goes into you. So you don't want to cut all of that stuff out. So that is one of the reasons I tell people, do not go buy essential oils from an unknown source. Most, and by most I mean pretty much all of the essential oils company out there, are purchasing their oils from third-party brokers who are essential oils dealers, and they're just grabbing them up from whatever Farmer Joe is growing this and that, unknown origin and unknown chemicals that have been applied to them. They distill the oil. This is also an unknown. They don't necessarily know the distillation techniques or the constituents, whether all of them are in the oil or not, but they just broker that out to these larger oil companies who then put their label on it and sell it to you. Young Living does not do that. They refuse to do that. They do all of their growing and all their bottling, all their distilling, everything in-house, okay? Because of this, because essential oils that are out there on the mass market are hugely contaminated with pesticides, herbicides, fertilizers, and all these different things that get into our plants. So know your source of who you're getting your oils from. Make sure they are pure.